There's an old man in a uniform at the local Walmart store.
Attending Remembrance Day ceremonies on November 11th is a well-known way to honor those who have fought in wars over the past century. This year, COVID-19 has made it difficult for Royal Canadian Legion Branch 108 Chateauguay to hold its traditional Remembrance Day ceremonies. As a result of COVID-19 and new building construction, organizers decided to hold a short Remembrance Day ceremony on September 11th with a few Legion members. Today, we met with the President of Royal Canadian Legion in Chateauguay, Frank Cholette, who talked about the Legion, its duties and challenges.
Well, our branch 108 in Chateauguay, has been around for 76 years. It used to be a farm and a barn, and then 6 years ago, people decided to actually build a small legion to accommodate and to recognize those who were coming back from World War II. So for 76 years, as you see behind you, was our home, which is now being demolished and leaving room for something new, a new building that you will see to your right. In fact, in order to accommodate the new way of doing business, and the fact that our building as well was falling apart. 76 years old, we couldn't afford it, to keep going the way we were. So.
A question about veterans. Can you tell how many veterans in Chateauguay we have?
Right now that are members of the Legion, we've got about 38 veterans.
In Chateauguay?
In Chateauguay, yeah. Now, obviously, there may be more veterans, of course, but not every veteran is a member of the Legion. It's a choice that they make. We had last year, if you remember, one of our veterans where we celebrated his 100th birthday.
Yeah.
A year ago, October. Unfortunately, he passed away. So this year it's a bit special. We're going to be thinking about him because he was really, the person that we looked up to. So it's a sad day, but nevertheless, we keep on going. Most legions right now in Canada are really going through difficult times. Two things. COVID, of course, COVID-19 was very difficult for us. We request support, financial support, and sometime, we may get a few dollars here and there, but as a rule, we're on our own. But yeah, when you look at the source of revenue, there are two things. Legions, we have what we call operational costs, which is a building and, the day-to-day. And then specifically for the veterans, we have the Poppy campaign, which is undergo now since last Friday, and will be ongoing until the 11th, which is the actual day of Remembrance Day. So the Poppy campaign helps collect money to help directly to the veterans. It is not done to pay bills. It's done strictly to help veterans with medical care, with some medical care or any other things that veterans may require. We will help them to pay for electricity bill. During the COVID, we actually help a lot of veterans in the community with food basket.
Another question about the young generation. How the young people are involved in this campaign?
Not as much as we would like. Things have changed. We have to realize that military of 50, 100 years ago and today is a two different thing. The younger military people may, and I'm just saying globally, may not have the same type of, how would you call it, understanding as we did. It is not that they don't want to be part of, but we don't get. It's very difficult for us to recruit young members. I wish we would have an answer, because all the Legion across the country would benefit from it. But at this stage of the game, it's just keep promoting.
And as he called me over, I asked him what's it for. He said, the local one.
Well, if I look back, and I'll put in World War I, World War II, Korean War, and even some of the Afghanistan war that we gone through, and all the things that happened in Bosnia way back when, we had about 1,500,000 Canadian participated in these armed conflict, in the wars, and over 100,000 or so, died, during these things. I can tell you also, we go to schools normally during this week and the following week to talk to the younger kids. Unfortunately, because of COVID, that ain't going to happen. So I am making a video that I will send to the school, explaining to the younger people, why Remembrance Day. In my case, my grandfather was World War I, my dad World War II.
Frank Chalet didn't fight in wars, but was involved in many military missions and in the Canadian Navy service, where he spent 31 years. Frank was in the military during the Cold War, in the post-effect of war conflict. He served in many ships in Europe and around the world with other military forces. He believes that November 11th is a special day when the new generation and the veterans have an opportunity to remember what happened during the World War I and World War II.
And Frank, according to my research, every 10 Canadian was affected by the World War II.
Of course.
And how would you comment on this?
Well, when you look at the war, it was not only those who went fighting. You had those who stayed at home, the factories, armament. It was. I don't have the exact number, but it was just mind-boggling that a country like ours, which was considered a small country, would provide so much support.
And as he called me over, I asked him what's it for.
Canadian needs to remember the sacrifice that those who came before us did, so that we, in turn, can live in a free country, live at ease and comfortably if we compare to other places around the world. And it's just because those before us did the ultimate sacrifice to give us that freedom.
Will you remember those that are living now and those that are gone?